Build your fan base with this stunning music website. In a few minutes, you see how to build a sleek WordPress website that shows off your sound, sells your merch, and put your events on the map. Let's get straight into it. We'll be creating a website just like this one. Here we can have our hero image. This could be a video as well, playing in the background, maybe one of your recent or most popular performance, just to build that hype and that atmosphere. So it's totally up to you whether it's a static image or a video playing in the background. When we scroll down, we've got a call to action here, and it's basically prompting our potential fans to go ahead and stream our music. We'll click on this in a second. Let's just scroll down the page a bit further. We've got a bit more information about your band or your music. We've got quick links to your social media page to further build your following. We've got our latest release here, and we can go ahead and stream it on Spotify or wherever you want to direct your fans to go ahead and stream your music. Again, it's the same thing here as well. When we scroll down, we've got this events and news section. So if you've got a performance coming up within a particular city or a venue, we can quickly showcase it here. When we click view event, we can see our latest events or any news that we've got going on. This helps keeps your fans engaged. Let's scroll back. And again, just like here, we can see our latest shows. So we can keep our fans in a loop. Again, when we click this call to action here, it'll take us over to our band page. From here, our fans can quickly see our latest projects and they can go ahead and stream it. So they can stream it on Spotify or wherever you want to direct them to. But throughout this video as well, I'll show you how to allow them to be able to stream it directly on your website. So we'll be changing this section here into a media player, or you can just leave it as it is and then just direct them over to Spotify or wherever you want to direct them to. And that way you make sure you're getting paid as well for each stream. Okay, if you want to create a similar website, the first step is to head over to aitthemes.com. Right, go ahead and download the Citadel WP theme, and we'll be using this starter website here to create our website from. So just click buy now, go ahead and choose the appropriate plan, which makes sense for yourself. I'll leave a link in the description below. And with that being said, let's head over to our dashboard. All right, so I'm already assuming you've got your domain and your hosting. So we'll need that to create this website. And if you haven't got that, I'll leave a link in the description below to a different video which shows you how you can get both of those. All right, so next we just need to go ahead and upload and activate our Citadel WP theme. And that can be done by heading over to Appearance and Themes, and then just make sure you upload and activate this theme. I've already got it uploaded and activated. Next, we'll head over to Citadel Pro. We'll click on Layouts and we'll go ahead and import this band template here. So let's just click Import. All right, it's just giving us a disclaimer that if we've got any content already on the website, that it will be overwritten. So just make sure you're doing this on a blank website or a staging site. So we'll click Confirm. All right, and it's saying it's imported successfully. So let's click Show Website. All right, perfect. So this is an excellent starting point. So the first thing we want to do is to go ahead and edit the header section of our website, meaning we'll be able to change our logo and change any menu links. So we'll just click Customize, and then we'll head over to Appearance and Header Layout. From here, we can change the header layout. So currently we've got this classic layout here, or we can choose a more centered layout. Okay, like this. I like the horizontal layout. So I'm going to select classic. We can make it full width. So the header section, meaning it will stretch all these elements to the full width of the page. I like it quite boxed in, so I'm going to untick that option. We can play with our logo size here and our logo spacing and a few other settings on the desktop as well. We can make the menu sticky, meaning when we scroll down, we can still see the header section like this. So I like everything as it is, so I'm going to leave it. Next, we'll go ahead and click on this pencil icon next to the logo. And then from here, we can go ahead and change our logo. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. But in your case, you'll just click change and go ahead and upload your particular logo. Let's X that off. And It will change our site title. Brian the Poet. Let's remove this tagline. And this footer text. So if we scroll down, we've got this text here. So this is where we can actually rename it. I'm going to go ahead and click back. And now we'll change our menu section here. So I'll just click menu, main menu, and I'm just going to remove this link here where it says download layout. So we'll click on it, click remove, and then you can click add item to add any other menu links. So maybe you want to link them over to your YouTube channel. So you can click custom link here, add your YouTube URL, paste it in here, and then you can add the text here. Once you're happy with everything, just hit publish. And now we can go ahead and X this off. Now we'll go ahead and tackle our homepage design. So we'll just click edit page, seeing as we're on the home page. Okay, and we'll click on this hamburger looking icon here just to get the list view of each section on our website. So this cluster, we can see it's this entire section. And when we click on it as well, we can see there's a background image and it's currently fixed. We can reposition this image, and this is a cover background image. This is the type. All right, and then background overlay, we can see we've got this gradient effect here. And to change it, we can just click this. Let's choose, I think blue is the best combination if I'm honest. All right, and we can customize various different settings here. Now we can go ahead and promote whatever it is we want to promote. So for example, here it says new album. We've got the name of our album. Right, and we'll just sort this out. All right, start streaming. When we click on this button, we can go ahead and edit this link. You'd want to link it over to whatever your call to action is. So whether that's watch us on YouTube, watch us on Spotify, or whatever it is, you can go ahead and customize that there. Let's scroll down. We've got a group here. And let's expand this section. All right, within the group, we've got 2 clusters. And let's expand the cluster. All right, we can see we've got a column and we've got 2 columns. So we've got this one and this one. And essentially in the first column, let's expand it. We've got another cluster. Let's expand the cluster. We've just got a responsive text here. And we can change the font as well using Google Font. All right, and if I wanted, all right, let's duplicate this. I'm just going to paste it in this section here, mainly because I want the styling of it. So then I can delete this responsive text. We can notice this icon here, so we can see that this section, when we click on it, let's click on that. If we go to mobile setting, we can see that this section's hidden on mobile. And then if we go to this cluster here, and if we go to mobile again, we can see this is always shown on mobile. So this is showing on mobile only, whereas this is showing on a desktop only. All right, let's scroll down to this section now. We've got 2 columns. We've got a bit of information about the band. We've got our album artwork, and then we've got a few links here over to our release. All right, and it's a similar process here as well. And let's scroll down to event before we move on. All right, so we've got our heading. And then currently here, we're actually displaying a few posts. And then here is where we're displaying our events. And this event block here is powered by the Citadel WP theme. So if we click add, for example, we can see a few different blocks powered by the Citadel WP theme. For example, we've got list an item where we can list any up and coming events or any news or anything you want to broadcast to fans, essentially. I'll show you a bit more on this in a second. All right, so let's save changes and let's view our homepage. Okay, so we made minor changes. So we just change the color. We've changed who it's by. We can see it looks equally as good on mobile devices as well, which is really good. So let's remove this. Okay, so now we'll have a look at how to actually create playlists and also how to add recent events like this here. All right, so let's click on this one. All right, so here we can see summer tour, and then we've got all the events detailed. So we've got a map, so on, a gallery. Okay, we've got an embedded song preview here, powered by Spotify. Right, so that's one option that you could use. You could use the embedded links, whether that's from Spotify or YouTube, or I'll show you how to do it directly from WordPress as well. We've got the event location, so we can get direction. We can maybe add a call to action. Okay, here, for example, like where to buy the links, the price, and so on. I'll show you now how to add an event. So let's head back over to our dashboard. And if we go to Citadel WP listing, let's go to item extension. All right, we've got this group name here, which is event details. And essentially we can click add fields, and then we can choose the type of field that we want to add. Okay, so essentially we can add various different input types. So whether it's a text field, a URL number, or whatever it is, we can go ahead and add it to our events page. So for example, here when we click on tickets available, so this is a checkbox field, and I'll show you where we can actually input this information in a second. We've got a price field here. And if we actually view our events page, we can see the tickets available. We've got a price field and our link field, which is the same as what we've got here as well. All right, so this input that I've just added, I'm going to remove it. You can go ahead and remove any one you want, or rearrange it, or add any new ones. Once you're happy with everything, hit Save Settings. And then the final thing we'll probably want to edit on this listing page here is we'll go to Item Details, and we'd want to change the link structure. So if we're on this page here, if you can see, we've got a website URL here, and then we've got item, and then slash whatever the event is. So maybe instead of saying items, we can change it to say events, for example, or even event. Save settings. And now when we refresh this page, it says slash event, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and edit this item here, so you can see how this information's actually been entered. All right, so we've got a featured image. We've got the name. So this is the design of that page, right? So we've got a featured image, the name here, item extension, another item extension, whereas here on the right, we get to choose what information to display. Right, so we're showing the ticket availability, price, link, and here we're just displaying the item status. And then here we're showing, again, similar information to here. Under event details, right, this is our Spotify URL. Contact details. So again, if we click the plus icon, we can add various different elements on to this events page. All right. So this is how we'd actually design the events page. Now I'll show you how to add an event. So we'll head back over to our dashboard, and then we'll go items. All right, so we can click add new item here, and we can say summer 25. We can add some information about the event. We can add a subtitle. We can add a location, contact details. And now we'll scroll down to event details. Tickets are available. We'll click yes. We'll add the ticket price. We'll add a link as to where they can purchase the ticket. I'm just putting Google just as an example. Got the event date. And we can put the event time as well. Event status is upcoming. and we can hit publish. All right, let's click view event. All right, perfect. We forgot to add a featured image for this event. So we can just click set featured image. All right, and that's our event. So now let's check out our band page. This is where our music's listed. All right, so again, in terms of the design, we can go ahead and just click edit page. But before we do that, we're actually going to turn this into a playable playlist. All right, so this is where we can display all our current projects. For example, this one here, we're actually displaying the play link powered by Spotify underneath it. So that's an example. You can use embeddable links instead of relying on the WordPress system, but I'm going to show you how you can actually use the WordPress system. So let's go back to our dashboard and we'll create a playlist for our particular project. All right, so I'm using Sonar Music. In the future, we might create something more custom, a bit more streamlined. If we do, I'll leave a link in the description below. So once you've installed it, we'll just go through the steps. And this is some music. Are we interested in selling the audio files? That's for a different video. I'll create a playlist showcasing all the different things you can add to your website. I don't want to make this too long. If you did want to sell your music directly on your website, then you'd click yes. I'll show you a few other different methods as well in an up and coming video. Let's click next. Enable download button. No. Preview. Display repeat control. Play control. Yep. Share link. Yep. Shuffle. All right, let's go next. Right here is prompting us to add our first track. All right, we can choose from local MP3 or external or live stream. So let's leave it to local. I'm going to go ahead and download a. All right, we'll click upload and let's upload our file. Use file. We can add a playlist cover as well if we want. Publish. All right, let's add another one. Let's head back. All right, now let's go to shortcode builder. All right, so here under audio source selected posts, we can select the music in which we want to add, right, to our playlist. In my case, since I've just added 2, I'm going to select all posts, which will give us all the MP3 files that I've uploaded. Right, we can go ahead and copy the shortcode. All right, and now when we head back over to this band page, let's go edit. All right, we'll scroll down. Again, I like to click on this list view here to see all the different clusters. And I'm going to edit this one here. All right, so all we're going to do is just click plus and we'll go shortcode. And we're going to paste in a shortcode which we copied over, right? So I'm going to put the shortcode here. Let's hit save. If we're happy with it, then we'll remove this playlist section here. Let's view the page. Here we can see our playlist widget. So instead of having this here, so we can see our track list, but we can actually just use this instead. We'll have to customize the color of this widget. There's some text issue here. So when we actually click on it, it highlights it to black. So that's maybe something we can go ahead and customize on the widget player here. So if we click leave, highline color, let's say, have a bit of this type of white, track list and pause color. Because we've got this dark theme, that's why we're just changing it to white. Let's hit save. And we're just going to edit this section to remove this playlist because we've already got this shortcode here. So we can just copy it, delete. I think I've deleted my shortcode. All right, fine. Perfect. Let's hit save. So we've removed that track list there to replace it with this dynamic one. And we've also changed the widget color. So now when we refresh this page, everything should be working as expected. Okay, so now we can just flick through. Right. And that brings us to the end of this video. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you think I've missed anything, leave it in the comment section below and I'll try my best to clarify it or create a part 2 of this video.